Hi, and welcome back to Armchair Pundits. Today we'll be talking about Spurs and how the season has gone so far in terms of transfer window and where they'll finish coming into the season. We've got Leon and we've got Daryl, both Spurs fans, so they'll be doing most of the speaking, and I will be seeing whether they're talking sense or not, and whether I agree with what they say. Um,
Whatever.
so, first thing to talk about is we've got what 5 signings, and it's only early July. That's not normal. So, are you guys happy with the loosening of the purse strings from Levy?
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of crazy, really, um, to be at this stage of the transfer window. Not even sure if we're even halfway yet, and 5 signings, only one outgoing. The books haven't been balanced, and Levy's still signing checks. It's unbelievable. It's crazy. I haven't seen something like this before. I fully put it down to Conte because, yeah, this is not the norm for Tottenham Football Club. I'll be honest with you, and our transfer windows.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see Levy actually back a manager for once. It hasn't happened since he's been in charge, so I really do feel like Conte's come in and shown not just Levy but everyone inside the club what it will take to win, and he's called on everyone, like from the cooks, kit man, grounds people, to all work towards making sure the team performs, and long may that continue.
I'm actually surprised because I looked at it and I thought, okay, cool. Who are you going to buy this summer? And when you bought Basuma, I was like, damn, I wanted him last summer, but it was
James, you want
50 million.
everyone. You want everyone,
No,
man.
no, no. But we discussed this before. Listen, yeah, we've got Fabinho, who I think is the best DM in the world, definitely in the Premier League. But when he's not in our team, he's not right. Basuma was the guy that I wanted to cover him and to play alongside him. So you guys getting him alongside Bentancur, who I thought is quality last season, and Højbjerg, who's just a dog with a bone. Those three in your midfield is a lot to deal with. Like when you came to Anfield last season and stopped us from winning the league, yeah, it was you guys, punks, that stopped us from winning the league. That was hard for us to get around. So you guys having that now and the preseason for them to get Conte's work into them, nah, man, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, I think
So
that's
I'm sure you guys are
that's
happy with
another
that.
key point. Like these guys have actually joined up pre-season. Like normally our signings are getting into training after the pre-season tours happened, and these guys are getting
Last day
in.
window.
Yeah, these guys are getting into pre-season and getting into what Conte wants from them, and that's only going to benefit us. Talking about Bazuma, yeah, for me, that's the number one signing so far this summer. That's a key signing. It brings us something different in the midfield, which we need. Like you said, it strengthens the area where we've got, Bentancur, we've got Højbjerg, and adding Basuma to that mix is really key. And I think that's the big signing for me. And it also allows us to get rid of some of that other deadwood that we've got in our midfield, really. And those are the guys that obviously are not on tour with the club now, like the Celso, Ndombele, and unfortunately, homegrown Harry Winks. Yeah, it allows us to bring a different dynamic to our midfield.
It's a shame because those guys all do have talent, but they just haven't really done it for us. They haven't really had any sort of consistent performances, putting any consistent performances in. And Conte is about people doing whatever it takes to win, and I don't feel like those players have shown that since they've been with us. And unfortunately for Winks, I just don't think he's good enough compared to the other midfielders we have.
Yeah, because I think Winks, he hasn't really developed. From when he got his England call up and then got the injury, I think he's just kind of plateaued out from there and has gone stale. And then you had Oliver Skip come back from a great season on loan at Norwich and basically take his spot. So I don't know. It's a shame. Winks has been at the club since he was young. But yes, it's definitely a massive upgrade having Bazuma in the midfield to add to what we already got, and even add Skip into that as well. We've got some dogged players in there and some real talent and ability.
Yeah, definitely.
Perisic. You signed Perisic to play. I don't know. Is he going to be left wing back? Is he going to be left wing?
I think
Is he
he's
going what
gonna. I
system?
think he's gonna. I think he's just gonna be one of Conte's trump cards. You know that he can play wing back, and we already have Sessegnon who can play there. I think Reguilon probably will be gone because he's been left at home as well. And then you've also got Perisic who can go in and cover Son if Son is injured for any reason or needs resting. You know that he can get you a goal. You need to create. He's adept at using both feet. Doesn't care. So you know you've got versatility with him, and he's proved that with playing. Playing for Bayern, playing at Inter. He knows what winning takes, and again, you have to trust Conte. He's had him before, and knows he knows what he can do, and Perisic knows what's expected of him. So I think it's a great signing.
Yeah, I think he's definitely coming as a wing back. That's what Conte had him for when he was at Inter. So, like you said, it obviously also gives us that additional option to maybe switch formations, and like you said, to cover Son if needed. So, yeah, great signing. Yeah, definitely, especially on the free as well. That's quality.
Oh, yeah, it's a free transfer. Forgot about that. So you from that free transfer, you spent quite a bit of money on someone who I didn't really rate, someone I find really annoying. Maybe it's because of Everton player, and I'm a Liverpool fan. Someone who loves to enjoy his time with the grass, rolling around. Richarlison, good signing. What you needed. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's a bit angry. Is that exactly what Spurs need to get rid of this Spursy tag, or a step towards getting rid of Spursy tag if he can step up?
Well, for me, like you, James, I have to say, I didn't really like him. Now he's got a Tottenham shirt on. I'll get behind him fully, and I'm probably going to look forward to some of those dark arts that he does now. Now that he's in our shirt, that chip on the shoulder, you know, yeah, I'll take it. I think it gives us again another diversity in our attacking plans and our going forward. He can play wide. He played wide, obviously, for Watford. He did it at times for Everton as well. But can also play central. He's backup for Kane. Kane hasn't had backup for how long? So, yeah, it's a good signing. It's a good signing. It's a high transfer fee, but I think it's a good one for me. I'd take him definitely over some of the other Brazilian options that are available. So for me, I look forward to some of the dark arts and some more coach stories. You know what I mean, James?
Yeah, Mr. Boy, he's still going to have trouble with Van Dijk anyway. He's still going to have trouble with Van Dijk, so that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, with Richarlison, I can't say I was a big fan. I did like the signing because he does give you double figures of goals a season. We've not had a backup to Kane, a legit backup to Kane, really ever. We've had Lorente, who was decent, half decent. We had Carlos Vinicius, who was not really. He was good against the non-league teams, but once he had to play against someone half decent, he didn't really do much. So I think he adds that bit of fight up front. He likes to press from the front, and I think it's a good way to his versatility allows us to play in different ways. It allows Kane to maybe drop in the hole like he likes to do anyway and get involved in the game. He can stretch defenses with his speed, and he's good in the air. So I think he offers a lot of versatility to our attack. And then we've also got Longley now as well, which I was surprised that Barcelona were so so easily happy to let him go, but I can understand he doesn't really suit their system. They like to play with fullbacks who push forward, and their centre backs often have to play one on one. It's not really Longley's forte. So with him, the way he played for Seville in a three, you saw the quality that he has. He has shown that quality for France as well. So I think he's a good guy to come in and he's probably better than Davis. So it's a good signing.
Yeah, definitely an upgrade. Left-footed centre back as well, which is key, especially in the back three. Yeah, like Leon said, when he was at Seville in the back three, he was solid, and that's how he ended up at Barcelona. So he was definitely left exposed a lot of the times by his fullbacks at Barca. So in the back three,
3-on-2 and all
yeah, in the back
sorts.
three, I think he'll be suited, and he seems to have the drive and passion from his talk after signing. So yes, it's an upgrade. It's competition for places. The squad needs to have depth in it, and he definitely brings that. Still feel we need another strong, commanding, big boy centre back.
Who do you want?
There's well, who
We need a talker. We need someone to
who I,
organize, innit?
yeah.
Because Dyer's not really that guy. He's trying to be, but he's just not. Just not that guy for me.
There's no leaders anymore, though. Really, who's a leader? You look out there, you think I need a leader as a centre back. I'm
I
assuming
know
that's
who
what
I
you want
want.
That's
I
what we
know who I
need.
as
want.
your
That's
next
what I want.
option.
It's what we
I
need.
want Bastoni really, but he's not going. Doesn't want to leave Italy. So
You don't want to leave.
so
Nah,
um,
Bastoni's not.
off of the
Bastoni's not
back of
happening.
that, Inter wanted Bremner, so we could go and get Bremner instead of them. But again, it's not commanding. Ndika, possibly. That would be a good signing for me.
He's my choice. I think he would be a great signing. He's got pace. He's good physical. He's good on the ball. Obviously, in terms of leading the back line, I'm not sure if that's his role at Frankfurt, but he has all the attributes, for the Premier League for sure.
So apart from the guys you bought, because you've obviously bought Fraser Foster, I wasn't. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, bought Fraser Foster. Yeah,
Solid
were
backup. Solid
you
backup though.
excited?
That's a solid
I don't
backup.
think it needs much conversation, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They're there to fill a gap. Golini's gone. He's coming to back up Lloris if Lloris is unfit.
And
All he has to do is be better than Joe Hart, because Joe Hart was just conceding screamers every single game when
let's
he came in and
let's
He's
actually
found
let's
his
played.
level
let's
at
not talk
Celtic
about
now,
Joe
isn't it?
Hart because yeah.
All right, let's talk about Ericsson because he's a free transfer. I had someone who I wanted in January. I know Leon loves to say you want everybody,
Yeah,
You
because
do.
you
but
do.
I thought on a free transfer, creativity wise, he was good for anyone. So anyone should have taken him in January, just depending whether he could stand up to the physicality of the league. Why do you guys think you didn't go in for him? Is it Conte's training methods? Because I watched the video today and it looked peak for Harry Kane and for Son, who are really fit. They were dropping out of the sessions. You're doing like full length sprints. They were dropping out, coming back in and finishing it. But do you think that had anything to do with you not going back in for Ericsson?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Conte knows he had Ericsson at Inter, and it was following a long season with Inter that he had the heart problem. In Italy or in Serie A, they don't allow people with pacemaker or whatever to play. So from that perspective, I think that's definitely played a factor in it. I think he would have been a good signing for us. I'm not always a fan of bringing players back because the second spells are never really as good as the first spells. Um, but there isn't that many options. We do need a creative midfielder, but there isn't that many options out there available. And because of that, I think Ericsson would have been a good shout.
For me, like Leon said, the lack of options out there for that type of player makes me feel that we've missed that chance because he'd been at the club before. He knows all the background. He knows Conte and stuff like that. He knows the players. So him coming on a free surely made sense. But based like off of what Leon said, maybe a key factor was the fact that the heart condition, the fact that he was with Inter the season before that happened, and
Too close
yeah,
for
and
comfort,
based on the fact of
possibly.
what Conte's putting the players through now, would Ericsson have been able to deal with and cope with that? So that's probably the reason. I still feel it's a miss on a free. There's not really many options, so if we're not gonna get him on a free and the options are not there, then maybe we have to try some of the youngsters. Maybe give Alfie Devine a chance. Did well with the under-21s at Euros, won something. Harvey White, another one. Give those guys a chance to be creative and give them give them a few games in the cups and blood them and see what they can offer us as well. But maybe, like Leon said, with Richarlison, maybe Kane drops back in there and be that creative link, because he showed it with some of his passing he did last season. It was unbelievable.
Okay, so where do you guys finish end of the season?
I think that we'll probably end up in the top four. I can't see us. I mean, we have to close the gap. We have to close the gap on the top two, and we're obviously close to Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea will fall off like they did last year. There's obviously had a lot of uncertainty, but I think we will be hopefully within 10 points of the title winners. I can't see us sustaining a challenge all the way to the end, but I think we'll be right up there until maybe the final few weeks. So if we can get top four and a trophy, I think it will show some element of development there.
For me, we need to challenge. We need to be challenging for the title. I'm not saying that we're going to win the title or we're going to be up there. It's it's Liverpool and City again. Let's be realistic. Depending on what Chelsea do in the transfer window, how they rebuild their defence, what they do with the fact that they're sent Lukaku back to Inter, that's going to be dependent on where Chelsea come. I think we need to be fighting Chelsea for that third position, really, and challenging. Because that's the whole point. The whole point is to be challenging for them, and obviously, most importantly, is to win something. Challenge for the top four, pushing the two title teams as far as we can, and then winning something. That's what we need to be doing, really.
So what's a satisfactory season coming at the end of the season? I know you said winning something. Does it matter? So Carabao Cup and nothing else, is that satisfactory?
Well, right
Honestly,
about now, right about now,
It's the way you dropped it. It's the way you dropped it.
right about now, winning anything.
Listen, we won the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, winning anything.
Like that sets up your season.
Winning
innit?
anything is key.
We can't be choosy. Let's be honest.
No,
Let's be real.
exactly. You're right.
Can
No, it can't be choosy. We got to win something. Conte wants to win things. He's a serial winner. He wants to win things, and first and foremost, he wants to challenge for everything that he's in. So that includes the league. He wants to be challenging for the league. He doesn't want to be finishing top four like we did this season, where we're chasing top four. He wants to finish top four, chasing the title. So that's key. Like, we've got to be challenging on all fronts, attempting to win everything. Obviously, we just take what we can. Simple as that.
And that keeps him there coming into the season, trophy and top four.
It's progression. If we can win something, it shows him that we have a team who do have a winning mentality. Somewhere in the depths of their body, there's a winner in there, and that's what Tottenham players haven't shown for decades.
Okay, cool. I was going to ask you position, but from what you both have told me, I'm guessing it's fourth where you think you're going to end. So
where do you think we're going to finish? What's your prediction?
Honestly, I think it's fourth or fifth. It sounds, people say Arsenal make good signings, and I like Ten Hag, and it's just whether he can turn it around quick enough for them to finish fourth. So, but if I had my money and put money on it now, I'd have you guys fourth, because Chelsea don't need to do that much. Ake is already coming in, and they're already buying Sterling. That's two big signings for them. So there's not much more for them to do to get back to where they were. They've got their wing backs back, and that's what caused them the problems. As soon as their wing backs got injured last season, that's it. They were out of the title race. So fourth for you guys, third for Chelsea, and first for us, hopefully, and second for Man City. But yeah, it's been a good show. It's been good talking to you guys.
You too.
So we'll do this and see where we go come the beginning of the season once transfer window's closed. And see if you're happy.
We still got Levy time in the transfer window,
started,
so we could sign another 5 more players the way we're going. So we might have to do this video again,
You're asking for too much, bro.
Well,
You're asking for too much
Conte's
now.
there, so while Conte's there, I'm gonna keep asking, innit?
Yeah, mate. Exactly.
Definitely. You've sold one player, so there's still time. And speak to
Cheers.
you guys soon.
See you later.
Thanks. Bye.